Donald Trump told thousands of roaring supporters he would impose severe limits on immigration on his first day in office, vowing to swiftly fulfill the central promise of his presidential campaign on January 19.
By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home.
Also, Trump pledged to rescue America from what he described as years of betrayal and decline. After he was sworn in as president on January 20, he emphasized again that he wants to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico.
A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
And he will take back the Panama Canal.
And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Trump listed a series of executive actions he intends to take immediately on Monday, and pledges era of U.S. renewal, said America's decline is over. Worldwide News reports.
On January 20, 2025, Donald Trump made history with his return to the White House, officially sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. In attendance were notable figures from the tech world and politics, including Amazon's CEO Jeff Bezos, Tesla's Elon Musk, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, and Apple's Tim Cook. These influential guests witnessed history as Trump took his oath. The inauguration took place at the Capitol, where Trump took the oath of office, pledging to preserve, protect, and defend the U.S. Constitution. His vice president, J.D. Vance, was sworn in just before him, marking a new chapter in American politics. The ceremony, held indoors due to extreme cold, was a significant moment in Trump's political journey. After surviving 2 impeachment trials, a criminal conviction, assassination attempts, and legal battles over the 2020 election, Trump's comeback story was nothing short of remarkable. He is now the first president in over a century to reclaim the White House, after losing it, and the first to do so while facing felony charges. The day marked not just a return to power, but a continuation of Trump's disruptive influence on the political landscape. Worldwide News Report.
Protesters burned a piñata of newly inaugurated President Donald Trump outside the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City in protest of his new term and anti-immigrant policies on January 20. Protesters gathered outside the embassy and beat up the piñata, alluding to Donald Trump with a wooden stick to later set it on fire.
Este tema de cerrar fronteras creo que regresa tremendamente a una evolución que ya venía marchándose. Creo que es un atentado muy importante a los derechos humanos y a que tanto los Estados Unidos justamente habían sido promotores de la lucha contra la defensa de los derechos humanos, ahora se ha venido a romper con este nuevo orden de Trump.
Trump said he would declare a national emergency at the southern border with Mexico, dispatch troops there, and resume a policy forcing asylum-seeking migrants to wait in Mexico for their U.S. court hearings, all a prelude to what he described as an unprecedented operation to deport millions of immigrants. Also in Panama, Panamanians protest against U.S. Trump's threats to take back control of Canal.
Las intenciones del presidente de los Estados Unidos es atemorizar, intimidar al pueblo panameño para tomarse el canal y ponerlo como una plataforma de uso distinto a su naturaleza, como es el tráfico y tránsito pacífico de las naves de todas las naciones del mundo.
Panamanians protesters emphasized that Trump have nothing to do in Panama, nor the sellout oligarchy will be able to sign anything that is not respect for national sovereignty and self-determination of us as a people. Worldwide News reports.
On January 20, 2025, just hours after taking the oath of office for his second term, President Trump moved quickly to make his mark on the White House. From the U.S. withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement to slashing Biden-era regulations, Trump wasted no time in reshaping U.S. policy.
I'm about to sign some very important executive orders of our new administration.
The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty.
hope they come out.
In a controversial move, Trump pardoned roughly 1,500 supporters involved in the January 6th Capitol riot, including leaders of militant groups like the Oath Keepers.
We have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages, approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Trump's executive orders included a firm stance on immigration, declaring a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, and sending troops to bolster security. He also promised to ramp up deportations and target foreign gangs. On energy, he declared a national energy emergency, aimed at boosting U.S. oil exports and refilling strategic reserves. Additionally, Trump's team recommended tariffs on global battery materials and called for more domestic production of electric vehicle parts, signaling a strong push to reduce reliance on foreign trade. During his inaugural speech, Trump positioned himself as a national savior, pledging to restore America from what he called years of betrayal and decline, and reaffirming his commitment to a robust foreign and domestic policy agenda.
The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before.
Worldwide News Report.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah!
SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk on January 20th revved up a crowd of President Donald Trump supporters at an inaugural rally in Washington. Musk took the stage at the inaugural event for Trump that was moved indoors due to cold weather, pumping his fists and gesturing to the crowd. Musk has spent much of his time since Trump's election at his Mar-a-Lago estate, also hopes Trump gets behind his goal of landing humans on Mars.
We're gonna have safe cities, finally, safe cities. Secure borders, sensible spending, basic stuff. And we're gonna take DOGE to Mars.
Musk has floated plans of eliminating entire federal agencies and cutting 3/4 of federal government jobs. An observer said it would be a tremendous change after Musk became a key figure in the Trump administration. Worldwide News reports.
The European Union has been preparing for Donald Trump's presidency for months, and the day has now come. Trump is expected to quickly act on his campaign promises within his first 100 days, tackling issues such as tariffs, the Ukraine conflict and energy. If Trump pushes forward with these policies, the EU may face considerable challenges, with the potential to reshape the Eurozone's economic outlook in the years ahead. In Ukraine, there's skepticism about Trump's ability to bring the conflict with Russia to a swift end. Kyiv residents expressed uncertainty. Many believe little will change under the new administration.
Ну, я думаю, що зможе, але це буде не швидко і не факт, що буде це на нашу користь. Тому я не можу нічого по цьому приводу сказати. На фронті срака, от і все.
Ніхто не зможе. На що можна сподіватися, вибачте? Він не наш президент. Він буде за свій народ переживати. У нас є свій президент, який повинен за свій народ переживати.
The war, which has left devastation across the country, continues to weigh heavily on the minds of citizens. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin wasted no time in reaching out to the new U.S. administration. He expressed willingness to engage in talks on Ukraine and nuclear arms, signaling potential shifts in relations. Putin emphasized his desire for lasting peace in Ukraine, setting the stage for what could be a long and complex diplomatic process.
И мы видим заявление вновь избранного президента США и членов его команды о желании восстановить прямые контакты с Россией. Прерваны. Безусловно, мы приветствуем такой настрой и поздравляем избранного президента Соединенных Штатов Америки со вступлением в должность. Мы никогда не отказывались от диалога, всегда были готовы поддерживать ровные отношения сотрудничества с любой американской администрацией. Учитывая ту значимую роль, которую играют наши страны по ряду ключевых вопросов повестки дня в мире, включая и укрепление стратегической стабильности и безопасности.
Worldwide News Report.
Taiwan residents on January 20th remained cautiously hopeful about geopolitical and economic advantages a new U.S. administration can bring to the city, as Donald Trump is set to return to the White House.
看我们台湾这边领导的智慧，那毕竟我们是在夹缝中求生存的小国嘛，那不管是要运用美国这边的这些政治利益，或者是我们在地缘政治上的优势等等，这个恐怕都必须要透过我们的政治领导人他们的智慧，才能做出明智的决定。
Trump has said he would add tariffs of at least 10% on top of what is already imposed on Chinese goods. When Trump was last president, he heaped tariffs on more than $300 billion of Chinese imports.
那以台湾来讲，供应链的部分可能台厂会有相关的受惠吧，因为在中国方他们的晶片无法出口，那在很多的一些硬体上，他们也没有办法卖给其他国家，所以这块对台湾来讲，我认为会是一个一定程度上的优势。
Taiwan, which China views as its own territory, enjoyed strong support from the first Trump administration, including regularizing arms sales, which have continued under President Joe Biden, but Trump unnerved Taiwan on the campaign trail by calling for it to have to pay to be defended. Worldwide News reports.